Welcome in, Jalen. Hope you're doing well today, my man. How are you?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
Man, we're doing awesome. Interesting week. You know, you got Thanksgiving this week. You got the Iron Bowl after Thanksgiving. I don't think you guys are going to class this week, or classes are out. I'm not saying you're not going to class. I don't think it is. So it's kind of a different feeling week, I'm sure.
Oh, most definitely. Number one, we got Thanksgiving going on this week, and then we got the Iron Bowl this week. So we got, a lot of events going on this week. So it's a lot of excitement going on.
Well, you've been at Jordan Hare before. I mean, go back to 2021. It was one of the more incredible drives in one of the more difficult atmospheres we've ever seen. I think it was 12 plays, 97 yards. Bryce Young, your Heisman Trophy winner, that kind of solidified the trophy for him. But what did you see from your perspective on the sidelines?
Yeah, I'll say that was an unbelievable experience. Number one, the rivalry, what all goes on during the week. All the, excitement going on and stuff like that. But the game, though, that was a fourth quarter game. When you talk about fourth quarter program, you talk about finish, you talk about grit, you talk about all these different qualities for a game. It was all implemented during the game. But that last final drive, I will say, that was, as a quarterback perspective, that was something where you talk about mental toughness, you talk about leading guys. That's what I saw in Bryce Young, and that was something to learn from, And, that game definitely was a battle. And then that was a great environment. So there's a lot of takeaways from that game.
Just to continue the tradition, because it's working so well right now, I'd like to take this moment to remind you that Lance and people like him doubted you earlier this year, right? No, I'm just saying, we got to keep the fire burning in Jalen Milroe, right?
Again, for the record,
I think
all I did was said Alabama fans were measuring you against 4 starting quarterbacks in the NFL. And by the way, you have turned the corner and you're playing like an elite football player. So I give you all the credit in the world. And if I can be your motivation, roll with it.
Yeah, let's see that. Look at that. Hey, fired up, right? Keep that fire burning. The doubters out there. What is it? Lank? Is it Lank?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lank. That's what it is.
Yeah. Right there in the bio, you can buy that T-shirt from Jalen Milroe there. Hey, so do you think it helps you that you experience the atmosphere already once on the sidelines, and now when you're in the huddle, this is not going to be a new experience for you, knowing what the insanity of their crowd is like?
Well, regardless, it's going to be a big challenge. Going on to the road and playing any opponent, it's going to be hard. It's a challenge because, like we talk about here, it's like you have the guys on the sideline, you have a couple fans that come out, but it's them against us, And so we have to embrace that challenge because no matter who we play, it's going to be a big challenge. But especially with the rivalry that goes on this week, it's going to be tough. But I will say, going in there freshman year, I do have an experience of the environment and what all goes into the game. So I'm looking forward to this weekend.
Jalen Milroe is with us. The Alabama quarterback joins us each week, courtesy of CraneWorks, RentalWorks, and WasteWorks. Like all the big dogs, he says, check out the big dog, CraneWorks, RentalWorks, and WasteWorks. So fans would look at it and say, oh, they lost to New Mexico State last week. That's a blowout coming up. You're a competitor. So I want to try to tap into the mind of a competitor like yourself that plays on an elite level. A lot of times when you lose a game like that maybe everybody thinks you should win, it forces you to kind of look in the mirror and say, what am I made of? I would imagine as an Alabama player, that's what you expect out of an Auburn team Saturday.
Yeah, with our team, there's no complacency at all. We have a player-led group in the locker room, and we do a good job acknowledging that we're not a finished product, and we do all that it needs to be done to continuously work and continuously push through every situation. We set goals that we want to accomplish, and they're all here, they're all reachable. And when we have to focus on the task at hand is doing our job and going 1% and getting better. And no matter what, we're faced with many challenges, and we got to embrace them. And no matter what opponent it is, we got to give our best shot. We got to play to our standard. So it's all about playing to our standard, playing to the Bama standard, and that's important for us.
After watching Auburn on tape, you described them as gritty. What do you mean by gritty?
Yeah, they play hard. They play sound. They play all one together. You can tell that You know, they harp on being physical, they harp on being a gritty team and competing. You know, and you can see it on tape. You can see it for all 11 guys on defense. And so we're gonna have to bring it. They play with a lot of energy. So there's a lot of things that speak out when you watch them on tape.
I've got a different voice when I talk to my wife. It's my normal voice. This is my broadcasting voice. Do you have a different voice when you're calling out signals on the road to your teammates? Like, does your voice get deeper, and do you do manlier sounds? What do you do to make people hear you out on the edges?
So it's funny you say that because, you know, when you're on the road, it's loud. So you got to raise your voice, you know. And so it'd be funny because my voice on the field is different from on the sideline because you can actually, like, hear the person in the fan die down a little bit. So when I'm on the field, I got to raise my voice a little bit. So I go from a deep voice, Jalen, to my voice now. So it changed a little bit.
So it gets deeper on the field is what you're saying.
No doubt. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, Rockstar.
Blue, 32.
Rockstar was the one that used to have who did you used to do, Rockstar?
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron
Rodgers. And Andrew Luck.
Green 18.
Yeah.
You know, what's Patrick Mahomes?
I don't know. He got a unique voice.
Wide 80.
Yeah.
Wide 80.
Hey, so you spit out touchdowns like Pez dispenser, and Dunaway was talking. We had Tyler Booker, one of your main guys, on yesterday, and he brought up Ty Simpson. And look, Ty doesn't have like a holster full of touchdowns, and for him to drop that 1-on-the-1, did you guys give him hell about that?
Well, it was funny because, like, all we know is how fast he was running. You know, we weren't worrying about the football, anything like that. You know, we saw him run. We saw him broke second level. So we like, all right, he to the crib. Like, he taking it to the house. So we like, okay, bet. Like, he finna score. We finna celebrate. You know what I'm saying? I'm running past the sideline. I had a conversation with somebody. And I see him, like, cross the plane. I was like, oh, dang. Like, oh, shoot, he finna score. And so, I'm pushing people out the way, trying to get to him. And, you know, I finally get to him, whatever, and we celebrate. And I see them reviewing the play. I'm like, we reviewing the play for? I don't know what's going on. I open with no holding, no nothing like that. And then, you know, we saw what happened. It was like, dang. But my biggest takeaway, how fast he moved. I ain't seen him run like that.
All right, so Thanksgiving is Thursday. What is a non-negotiable Thanksgiving food for you that it has to be part of the Thanksgiving meal?
I bet. Let's see. My mom makes really good mac and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
She does sweet potatoes, but she put marshmallows on top.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The way God intended it.
We call that sweet potato casserole. I don't know if that's what it really is,
Yeah.
but that's what we call it. Yeah, it's good.
And then she has like this honey glazed ham that's pretty good. That she has. And then you always got to wash it down with a nice drink. I like sweet tea, so I'm going to drink sweet tea this week.
Attaway. My man, Jalen Milroe, that is getting after it right there.
It's pretty good.
Jalen, have a great Thanksgiving, man. We appreciate the time. We'll see you next week.
Appreciate y'all.
All right, buddy. Take care. Jalen Milroe with us each week on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. He joins us courtesy of CraneWorks, RentalWorks, and WasteWorks. He's one of the big dogs in college football. He says check out the big dog, CraneWorks, RentalWorks, and WasteWorks.
Green 18. You're really good at that.
Green 18. Green 18. I'm not playing this year.
What did you